So let's talk about ischemia and characteristic or not so characteristic changes in the T wave. Now, ischemia is basically when the blood loss to some tissue is reduced below the needs of said tissue, and ischemia can develop for the heart. And how could ischemia develop? If there is chronic progressive development of ischemia, or there is acute coronary insufficiency because of some thrombosis, some embolism, my apologies, and there is also relative coronary ischemia in which the normal demands are being met, but because of some type of insufficiency, when the cardiac output needs to be increased and the heart is doing more work than normal, then there's coronary insufficiency. Anyways, whatever the scenario, there are changes in the T wave. And what sort of changes? Changes are pretty non-specific. The T wave might be biphasic, the T wave might be inverted, and this change might be in any of the leads, so not in any particular lead, right? So the changes in the T wave because of ischemia are pretty non-specific, in that there can be any abnormality in the T wave. It might be biphasic, it might be inverted. Any of these changes might be suggestive of ischemia in some part of the heart. Secondly, these changes don't take place in a particular lead, can happen in any lead. T wave inversion or T wave being biphasic in any of the ECG leads can be suggestive of ischemia in some part of the heart. Anyways, so why does this cause this to happen? For example, this is someone's heart. Yep, don't judge me. Just assume this looks like a heart, right? These are the ventricles. Now, this is the right and this is the left ventricle. And because of a particular branch of the coronary artery that is supplying, say, this part, that has been blocked, so this part becomes ischemic. Now, when the part of the heart that becomes ischemic, that the membrane of that part, it becomes more permeable to K+. Permeability to K+ of the ischemic part increases. And why is that so disastrous? Not disastrous per se. How does that lead to the T wave changes? Because it is a K+, which is the ion responsible for repolarization. So if this part is more permeable to K+ compared to the rest of the heart, this part will start repolarizing faster compared to the rest of it. So the repolarization sequence will be completely off sync, leading to changes in the T wave. I'm hoping you guys got this. Now, one way for someone, if someone has moderate coronary ischemia and his T wave is normal, one way to check that is to make that person do some exercise, because then he will develop relative coronary insufficiency, and for some time after the exercise there might be some changes in the T wave in any of the leads. I'm hoping this was helpful.